right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast, all the sports gambling podcast network. My name is Talon Jenkins. Joined with our hosts, we got Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
Doing all right. You know, it's been a while here. We had people in the Discord asking if the podcast had disappeared because we didn't do an episode for 4 days. Those people can get whacked there. Yeah, I'm doing all right here. Got a big slate of hockey on Wednesday, so excited to talk about it here.
Yeah, it was an interesting weekend. Got a report from the war, the front lines. My win total bets didn't go as well as I'd hope, namely because fucking Auburn lost as a 25-point favorite. I was already counting the money, and then fucking New Mexico State go into Jordan-Hare Stadium and win outright, like dominant fashion. They won like 40-10, something stupid like that. And then later on, Fresno State, also a double-digit favorite at home, lose outright to New Mexico, and I had them New Mexico under and the Fresno State over, so it's fucking not good there. So okay results in the end, but it should have been a lot better with those two games. I was already counting the money. But there's still a lot to settle in the next few days here as well. Big slate on Friday too, of course, with the Thanksgiving games.
I hate being alive. Life is grim. Life sucks. There is no reason for anybody to be alive. And if you are going through some shit right now, especially with like the holiday season coming up, just do yourself and everyone around you a favor and just fucking just end it, all right? Because these fucking Los Angeles Chargers are the bane of my fucking existence right now. I don't want to look at Coach Staley. I never want to see this motherfucker on my TV again. Quentin motherfucking Johnson. Fuck this guy. Are you kidding me? Leave. Go away. I don't care where you go. Go to the XFL. Go to the USFL. Don't you dare come to the CFL. Come to the CFL, but don't you dare come to the Toronto Argos. Fucking, I don't care. Go to, what's that league in England? There's like a football league in England. I follow them on Twitter. They stink. The highlights are all terrible. Go there. Get the fuck as far away from my team as humanly possible. I am so upset about this goddamn team. It's not even funny right now. I can't do of it. Playoffs are done. What are we going to do? We're going to win out the rest of the year? We suck. We can't stop a fucking ball. Our defense is fucking terrible. Our coach is a skinny. I was going to say something that I probably shouldn't say, but that's okay. But fucking done. Game over. My Cameron Dicker jersey came in today. I can't even wear it right now because this team sucks that bad. That's how pissed off I am. So fucking donezo. Game over. Hate life. Done with it. Leafs win. At least the Leafs are doing something. Oh, wait. Can't have a conversation with the Leafs about, William Nylander's going to be fucking going, fuck off. Fuck life. I hate everybody. All right. Let's get going here. Well, what do you want?
Okay. No.
You're say it. No, dude.
I saw the Quentin Johnson drop pass. That was fucking awful. He looked like a chief receiver.
Bro. Could have had Addison. Could have had Zay Flowers. No, we take fucking Mr. fucking Cabbage Fingers over here that just can't hold on to anything except for his own cock. So get the fuck out of here. All right, everybody, go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports, baby. What do we got? We got NFL. Who gives a shit? We got college football. Awesome game this weekend, dude. Michigan versus Ohio State is going to be absolutely insane. So shout out to everybody celebrating that. What else is going on in the world of sports? NBA. I'm going to a Raptors game on Friday, my first ever basketball game. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they win. What else we got going on? Everything. Tons of stuff in the world of sports, baby. You can find all that information at the SGPN website. Hell yeah. Shout out to everybody doing all the good stuff in there, man. Make sure you read the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles he's putting out weekly. Boy's absolutely killing it. Shout out our boy. Listening to the other shows. Everybody's doing an awesome job. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. Maybe people aren't as depressed about it as me, and if you're not, you should read those articles that are being posted at that pace. That's the place to be. And, of course, shout out to all of our friends and pals in the Discord. Discord's absolutely always popping off, even though a lot of people in there are just simply wrong. A lot of people that are wrong. One of these people that are wrong is on this show, but that's okay. It's tough being wrong. You know, we're not always right. None of us are always right. But you know what? When I'm right, I could have been right. But when I'm wrong, I could have been right because the chances of me being right when I'm wrong are the same as me being right when I'm right. So therefore, myself and Ryan are always right. But anyways, shout out to all of our friends and pals in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. If you want to get in the Discord, you can reach out to myself or Gilbert on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to our social media assistant producer. He's been absolutely always killing it. The guy's a fucking beauty. Unbelievable. Or if you really want in the Discord, what you can do is you can go to New Hampshire. And if you're in New Hampshire, all you got to do is go to some park, and if you just see somebody on their knees, you'll realize, what's that on their knees? And then you look at the person standing above the person on their knees, and you're like, oh, isn't that Joel Meyer? I don't know what's going on behind that bush over there, but hey, buddy, can you ask me how to get into the Discord? And he'll be like, yeah, here, let me finish up here. Give me a couple minutes. And then after that, I'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Also, do you happen to have a rag by chance? I got to clean something up over here. But hell yeah, that's how you get into the Discord. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Hey, I'm not the one on my knees, am I?
No, you're not.
No,
I gave you the courtesy for that. Yeah. Not Gabe will get your dick sucked.
Discords have had some good discussion recently. It's been a few too many hours arguing over it's well, we'll get into it, I'm sure, during the show at some point. But get in the Discord, sg.pn/discord. And if you're not in there, you're missing out. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. The SMAP is doing a fantastic job there, so make sure you follow along. And make sure you subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple and Spotify and YouTube. So we're there now.
Yeah, we don't get any reviews ever anymore. Like, I'm okay with that though, because you just don't hate us. That's okay. Just don't say anything mean about us. Fragile ego over here. So last thing we need is just getting torn apart. All right, we're going to move into our lock dogs and totals from last time we were all together. It feels like forever ago. It was pretty much almost a week. Last time we predicted shows for the November 16th slate. A bit of a tough goal for all parties involved here. Ryan went 1-2. He was down 0.46 units. Jolie went 1-2. He was down 0.46 units. I went 1-2, down 2.20 units. Gilbert here. Come on, buddy. Kick us off on this one. Let's go.
Yeah, this was my lock. Was the Red Wings Sens over 6.5, minus 130. This was the Global Series game. It was a 5-4 final in overtime. So that easily went over. But then my dog, Penguins on the puck line against the Devils. They got beaten by 3, so that lost. And then my total was Coyotes team total over 3.5, plus 105. The Coyotes won that game, but it was just 3-2. So only 1-2, minus 0.46 units for me.
Struggling to remember these games. Just looking at the scores. The Devils went over 6.5. They won 5-2 in that game against the Penguins. For some reason, I thought we did this already, but I guess not. So that one went over. What was the dog? Oh yeah, the Sharks. I had the Blues minus 1.5 against the Sharks, plus 142. The Sharks blew out the Blues. The Blues did not show up in that one at all. And then finally, the Canucks Flames 5-2 for the Flames. I do not remember this one, much of it, even though I probably watched it because I watch every Canucks game now. This is the bad spot. This was the back-to-back for the Canucks after the game against the Islanders, the Kraken, I believe. I don't remember how it went over, but I think that the Flames totally outplayed the Canucks, and that's why they scored 5 goals, and then the under lost.
It was back-to-back for the Flames, too, I think. They're both in the same predicament. For my lock, I had such Vancouver game in regulation, plus 160. They got absolutely fucking dominated. What kills me is I originally had my lock as the Coyotes. Should have kept it. Didn't. Hockey God slapped me in the face. That's how that works. For my dog, New York Islanders in regulation, plus 155 versus Seattle. I'm pretty sure the Islanders were leading this game with like 10 minutes left in the third, and I was thinking, okay, this might come through for me. I think Seattle ended up tying it. I do not remember what happened in overtime. We got to do a better job of checking this stuff, but either way, the bet lost. And then my total, I had St. Louis, San Jose under 6.5, minus 125. I forget what Jolie said the score of that game was, but it went under. So 5-1. Hell yeah, 5-1. So barely just holding on to the skin of my teeth in that game. I think I remember that. I think it was like fucking 5-0 going into the third period or something similar to that. So it was a sweat, that's for sure.
Yeah, these games happened a long time ago. We've watched a lot of games. We've bet a lot of games since these, so you can't expect us to know everything about them. It happened a week ago.
But we're not just going to put them off and act like they didn't happen. We put our stamps on these, so we're going to fucking go through them, okay? Other podcasts might not. Exactly.
Fuck them.
Exactly. Okay. We got a big game set here. Are you guys cool? We'll hold our ads as we go through. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works.
Yes? All right. Well, we're going to jump right fucking into it there. No news. Nothing to talk about. Refs fighting reporters. However you feel about that, get in the Discord. You can talk about it. We've made our opinions very clear in there. Boys, we got a 14-game set. We got a mini Bukkake, a Bukkake set up tomorrow. Gentlemen, are we ready for the... What is it?
It's a Turk hockey. Huh?
What the fuck is that?
We got 2 Turk hockeys coming up Wednesday and
Because
Friday.
it's turkey?
Thanksgiving.
Just
Turkey
gravy
hockey.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Or as we call American Thanksgiving in Canada, Tuesday. All right, we got 14 games left for the Tukaki on Wednesday, November 22nd. Boys, are we ready for gravy and stuffing and mashed potatoes and squash and what else is good? Little buns with more gravy on it and some little cranberry sauce. And what else do we get? Turkey fucking. There's something else I get other than squash, but it's very similar. I forget what it is, but it's pretty good too. Boys, are we ready for all that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like we are. Well, Ryan, you're the only one that's going to be fucking eating any of this shit because we already had our Thanksgiving. But let's fucking get going here. First game of the docket, we got the New Jersey Devils against the Detroit Red Wings. Game itself is in Detroit, in Motor City here. New Jersey on the money line sit at -162. Detroit on the money line at +136. The over-under is 6.5. Over sitting at -135. The under +114 here. Okay, I'm going to kick this ball rolling here. I do not trust Alex Lyon. Alex Lyon, I think, has played 1 game. He is confirmed to start this game for the Detroit Red Wings. He has a 3.10 goals against average, of .897 save percentage here. The Devils got to start getting their shit together a little bit. I think Hughes is back, right? We established this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Scored in his first game back, too.
There you go. So give me the fucking Devils. No brainer. -162 on the money line. I think we're going to start kind of seeing that little fall from grace from Detroit here. Don't hold it against me, but this isn't a playoff team. I'm sorry. As far as over-under goes in this spot here, both teams are scoring goals, and neither team is good at stopping goals. So the over 6.5 at -135 is definitely the play. The Devils are 6th in the league for goal scoring, averaging 3.69 per game. The Red Wings are right behind them at 7th, and both teams are in the bottom third of the league for goals against. So the over 6.5, give me the Devils.
Yeah, I agree with all that there. Devils definitely the much better team. They, both around kind of 500 points wise, but Devils have been playing much better hockey in terms of expected goals for. Up there with the 5th best. Detroit, I think, is in the bottom 10, 8th worst. So yeah, and then goaltending, even though it can be irrelevant at times with Alex Lyon in that here, I think that is a big advantage there for the Devils here. So give me the Devils and give me the over 6.5 -135. The Devils have gone over in 13 of 16 games, 11 of 17 for the Red Wings. So seems like a easy over spot.
Well, this remember we talk about these teams that go on the long road trips and then come home. And the first game home, you want to fade them. Well, this team went to fucking Sweden and came back, and they're playing before the other 3 teams are. So this is the ultimate. There's actually a word for this. I know we wanted to come up with our own, but there's actually the Dave Belinsky special. Dave Belinsky was a legendary bettor who died tragically in Vegas in 2018, 19, something like that. And he came up with this kind of angle. So to RIP Dave Belinsky, we'll honor him with the Dave Belinsky special here. We'll take the Devils against the team going halfway across the world and coming back playing a few days later. Not a good spot at all for the Red Wings. Love that. And also agree with you guys with the over. So we're going to combine the 2 bets and go with the Devils team total over 3.5 around -130. Devils should roll this one, especially with Alex Lyon, and that goalies do matter.
You fucking asshole. Don't you even start with me right now.
You didn't understand my point. We're not getting this already here, but you didn't understand my point at all. Carry on.
Okay. All right, moving on to the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Edmonton Oilers against the Carolina Hurricanes. Game itself is in Carolina here. Edmonton on the money line at +120. The Canes on the money line at -142. Over under is 6.5. Over sitting at -1 is, well, that's not a word, -122. The under +102. Ryan Gilbert, take this game away from us, buddy. Are we going to have an oil hurricane, or are we going to have a hurricane oil going on here?
Yeah, I mean, before the season, you would think this could be a potential Stanley Cup final preview here, but neither of these teams, have kind of lived up to expectations. Obviously, the Oilers have been extremely disappointing with McDavid getting asked that question, that spawned that conversation with the ref and the reporters and everything on Twitter there. And yeah, Carolina has been kind of up and down, but they beat Pittsburgh the other day, lost to the Flyers. No shame in that, even as big favorites. Shut out the Lightning. So I think the Hurricanes are just much better team right now than the Oilers. Plus, they're at home, 5-1 at home. Oilers are 2-7 on the road there. So, Hurricanes at -142. I am all over that. For a total, probably lean to the over here. Edmonton's definitely been going over Carolina, maybe more lean to the under with Carolina at home. Edmonton, there's going to want to keep pucks out of the net, and that's what the Hurricanes do. So if the under 6.5 at plus money, I'll take that.
Well, the market is finally starting to turn on the Oilers. Money coming in on the Hurricanes, but that's good news for me because I do want to back the Oilers here. I know they lost the last 2 games, but they're against 2 tough opponents, and they totally outplayed the Lightning in the first one. They just went 0-5 on the power play when they had all these chances. And Stuart Skinner just let every puck by him. And their penalty kill wasn't good. Kucherov was dealing. And then the second one against the Panthers, they were just suffered some really bad bounces. They actually got some good saves out of Pickard. But, the bounces killed them, and they just can't get any of their own. And eventually that's going to regress, so I've got to keep backing them. They shouldn't be this big of a dog here. It should be closer to a pick 'em. In fact, this is actually a really good slate of games. Looking at my numbers here, more than half of them I have less than minus 110 each way. So there's it's on paper at least it should be a very fun slate. But yeah, for me, give me the Oilers, and there's not much to add in terms of the total. I like the over as well.
If there's one thing I've learned about this Edmonton team, it's that stats literally do not matter. Either they're going to win the game or they're going to lose the game, And that might be the stupidest thing I've ever said on this show. But I think that the Edmonton Oilers are going to win this game, okay? McDavid is so upset. Like, this guy is not in a good place right now, and I feel like eventually he's just going to snap. And when he snaps, he's going to do something stupid, like score 7 goals in a game. And I feel like any game here on out, while this team is playing like this, has potential to be that game. And I'm sorry, Brian brought up some good points. When going into this season, we'd this is a marquee matchup here. And Carolina, although they have been great at home, 5-1-0 in the year, there's nothing about that. And Edmonton 2-7-0 on the road, all signs would point. Bet Carolina here, but something's got to give. It has to, right? With this Edmonton team, I know we've been saying that, but fucking go beat a team that you should that is going to be a challenge, And this is an opportunity for them to do so. So give me the Oilers at plus 120 here. Although everything is telling me not to make this bet. And as far as over under goes, you got to bet the over, dude. I don't know, any Edmonton game, I'm taking the fucking over. Simple as that. So minus 122 at 6.5, and give me the Oilers plus 120. Okay, moving down to 7 p.m. time slot here. We got the Boston Bruins against the Florida Panthers. Game itself is in Florida. Boston on the money line at minus 155. The Panthers on the money line at minus 105. The over-unders at 6. Over sitting at minus 115. The under minus 105. Florida Panthers have been fucking good, and I hate it because I wanted them to be shit. With that being said, the Boston Bruins are fucking elite this year. They were elite last year. This team will always be elite, I feel like, and it pains me to say it. But I got to go with the Bruins in this game, bro. I'm taking the Bruins minus 115 here. What do I always say is division games matter. I know. And the Florida Panthers are good. They're 2-0-1 in division games this year. They haven't had as much of a sample size, but you look at Boston, 5-1-2. Fucking right. Give me the Bruins, dude. I'm sorry. I just can't fade this team. Sergei Bobrovsky, I think, sucks. You know what this comes down to? The beginning of the year, I was like, okay, I was high on Boston. A lot of people were shitting on them, and I don't want to toot my own horn. I was saying I have zero reason to think this team's going to be shit because they always are fucking good, and I was low on the Panthers. So if you can't stick by your guns in a decision like this, you shouldn't be making predictions to begin with. So give me the fucking Bruins on the money line, minus 115. Absolutely love it. Over under in this game here. This is where it gets a little bit tough. Surprisingly, Florida's in the middle of the pack when it comes down to goal scoring. Both teams aren't giving up a lot of goals here, but this is a wash. I feel like you got to take the over, especially at 6 with that in play. The push is in play. Give me the over at minus 115. We could see a 4-3 game here. We could see overtime. We could see a 4-2 win and you even push. So gun to my head, I guess that would be a push for the under as well, but I don't even fucking know what I'm talking about. Give me the Bruins. Give me the over.
Yeah, this should be a good matchup here. Panthers, had surprised people, being good without Montour and Ekblad. Now they got him back. They beat Edmonton. Tough loss against LA, but they've won 7 of their past 8. Another side, you got Boston, who terrible loss in Tampa Bay. That they absolutely should have won that game. And Boston doesn't lose back-to-back games very often. That's the thing. I went back to last year. They did it one time. They lost 3 in a row. But it was in Tampa, then in Florida, and then in Carolina. So that kind of gives me some pause with that. But I think the Bruins just are the better team here. They have the goalie that I trust more, whether it be Allmark or Swayman against Bobrovsky. And the first matchup this season in Boston. Boston won 3-2 at home in overtime. So I think Boston, will come back down to earth at some point. They're not going to break records again this year, but I don't know if this game is it. So if you give me, I'm only at -115. I'll definitely take it.
I don't really have any bets for this game. If the line goes towards Boston and I get a good number on the Panthers, I'll take them. I have them as a slight favorite right now at -102. But to Talon's point, or contrary to his point, sticking by his guns before the season, part of betting is being able to adjust and think on the fly. And right now, I'm thinking on the fly. I was down on the Panthers as well in the offseason, but now, after seeing how well they played without Ekblad, Montour, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, my word, this guy actually is looking like the Arizona Coyotes at OEL. Like, this guy's totally resurrected his career down there in Florida. He looks like a totally different player than he was in Vancouver, that's for sure. The Panthers are a good team. Bobrovsky's playing good enough. He's not the old Bobrovsky in Columbus, but still better than the Bobrovsky and we've seen in most of Florida. And so I took some Panthers 20-1 to win the cup. I think that they're live. They're going to make the playoffs, and they're just going to get better as this new decor. Suddenly we thought it was a weakness. Now it's turned into a strength. So I like this Panthers team quite a bit, but not in this game unless I get like a +110 on Florida or something like that.
I like that 20-1 play. I think that's a good price.
What was I wasn't listening. What was the 20-1 play?
Win the cup, baby.
Oh, fuck.
And they're doing it without Kachuk. Kachuk's not even playing well.
I looked at you know what? I looked today, and you could get the Bruins to win the division of the Atlantic at -130, and I think there's still a little bit of value on that. But
I like that. One more thing. We didn't mention Sasha Barkov is questionable for this one. So it's a big deal.
Yeah. Love the Bruins even more. Okay, except for their fans. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Winnipeg Jets against the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Game itself is in Tampa Bay. Winnipeg on the money line at -102. Tampa Bay on the money line at -118. Over-unders at 6.5 here. Over sitting at -120. The under +100. This is a game where you could argue both teams are kind of neck to neck. Maybe it's circumstantial due to injury here. Both teams are coming in this game on a 3-game heater, both on a 3-game winning streak. Tampa's been very good at home this year, 6-2-2, although maybe not as good because we got to remember that the overtime losses are still losses from a gambling point of view. Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. And then the Jets are 4-2-1 on the road. So this game is kind of just a wash right now. You got two great teams kind of going at it. Both teams scoring goals. Both teams not that great defensively, I guess you could say. But the one thing that stands out at me when I looked at some of these stats here, special teams. To me, I'm facing this bet solely on special teams here. The Tampa Bay Lightning are 4th in the league on power play percentage, they're shooting at 30% on the power play scoring. And then when it comes down to Winnipeg's penalty kill men, they're not necessarily that great. They're 26th in the league, averaging 74.1% kill. But this team is taking over 10 penalty minutes per game. So I think that you're going to see the Jets take a couple penalty minutes here. You're going to see Tampa Bay capitalize it. Kucherov's a fucking stud on the power play. Hedman, Point. Like, these guys are fucking dogs out there, dude. So in a pretty tight matchup, you're looking for an edge to bet Tampa. That's how I'm leaning with the Bolts at -118 at home. As far as over-under goes in this game here, I can't bet. I'm sorry. I hate it. I want to bet the under so bad, but Hellebuck's a great fucking goalie. The goals that have been going in, if you watch from him, haven't necessarily been his fault. I've watched a couple of Jets game. He hasn't looked shitty. Team's been hanging him out to dry a little bit. And I'm sorry, I can't bet a Jonas Johansson under ever again. So fuck it. Give me the over. Give me the Lightning.
I do like that Lightning potential power play prop. Either bet their power play points or bet them to score a power play goal. I like that there with that point. But I think you got to go with Winnipeg here, especially as underdogs. If you can get them at plus odds anywhere, they're both coming in on 3-game winning streaks. But looking at Tampa Bay's, they really shouldn't have won against Boston. Boston should have closed that one out. If Edmonton had any sort of defense or goaltending, they would have closed that one out. Edmonton massively outshot them. And then it was in Chicago. And Blackhawks are proving to be one of the worst teams in the league besides Connor Bedard. And the Jets, Coyotes, Sabres, and Devils. And, but not great teams. But before that, they beat Nashville, St. Louis, Arizona. won 6 of their past 7. So yeah, I'm going with the Jets here as road dogs. 4-2-1 on the road. That's fine. And yeah, Hellebuck, his numbers look worse than he's played, I'm sure. So definite advantage there in net. So yeah, I like the Jets as a dog here, and would lean to the over 6.5 at -120 as well.
I lean to the Jets again, which is a very short -102 favorite. But I can't do it just because the Lightning are so much different at home than they are on the road. Like they play. It's weird how much of a Jekyll and Hyde team they are in terms of their home and away splits. And one more thing is that their elite power play is going against the bottom 10 penalty kill. That's one of the few weaknesses that the Jets have. Is their
where did we hear that before?
Excellent point there.
Oh, sorry.
The one time I bring up a stat, Joel. What the fuck?
Oh, it was you. I was thinking it was Ryan.
Well, I doubled down on it. I said a power play prop would be a good look.
All right. Good job, Talon. Great point.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate it.
So yeah, but in that case, I like the over more than anything. The goaltending isn't great, especially for the Lightning. And yeah, so that's the only way I'd bet this game right now. Once again, if you get a bigger number on the Jets, okay, maybe they'll come in, but nothing as of now, except for the over.
All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We got the Buffalo Sabres against the Washington Capitals. Game itself is in Washington here. Buffalo on the money line sitting at +110. Caps on the money line at -130. The over-under's at 6. Over sitting at -120. The under +100. Mr. Joel Meyer, I'm going back to you for this game here. What's going on? We got a bunch of Buffalo against a bunch of Yankees in the Capitol. Like, we've seen this war before. What's going on?
Well, there's politicians, you know how they are. They're kind of fake, right? Kind of fraudulent. That's exactly what this Capitals team is. A bunch of frauds. They're bottom 10, bottom 5 in terms of their expected goals for, expected goals against. They're not a good team at all. They're just winning a bunch of games narrowly against some good teams, admittedly, but still they're being outplayed. And most of them, they're still an old geriatric team of little farts, and Charlie Lindgren is kind of carrying them. Like he's been coming out of nowhere as their number one goalie. He's outplaying Kemper, so that's why they're in the position they are. But I don't think that's sustainable. I'm not too high on Buffalo either, but at +110, I'm going to take them even without Tage Thompson. I still have them as the favorite in this game, so giving me +110. I like that quite a bit. Lean to the over, but haven't bet that. Can't really trust the Sabres team to score without Tage Thompson, and the Capitals, they can't keep getting lucky with their shit. And like I said, Lindgren's playing well in net, so just the Sabres money line for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sabres, I don't think should be underdogs here. I think they, are the better team despite what the records say. But yeah, like you said, the Capitals' expected goals for numbers are quite bad. I mean, their expected goal differential has just been going down over the past few games, and Buffalo's been up and down. But without Thompson, I think they can have enough to get by this Capitals team, who I completely agree are fraudulent. They've won 4 in a row somehow, but I don't know how. So if you could maybe even fade them to make the playoffs, I'm not sure what those odds are at. But for this game, yeah, Sabres +110, and then
they're still like -200 or something. So the market does not like them either, but they do in this game.
Yeah, and then the under 6 at +100. I just don't think either of these teams can score too much.
I'm going against you guys here, bro. All right, you know what? The Washington Capitals, you're both right with what you said. Maybe fraudulent's a bit too hard of a word for it, a bit too harsh. But what this Capitals team is doing is they're playing hockey the right way. They know that the talent's not there anymore. They know that they're a little bit older and that they're a little bit washed. But this Washington team, if you watch the games, are finishing every fucking check that they have. Anytime the puck's in the corner, they got guys aggressively pressuring the fucking offense and the defense. They got 2 men supporting the puck in the offensive zone. In the defensive zone, they're doing things right when it comes to coverage and boxing out in front of the net. Are they a good hockey team on paper? Is this roster elite? Hell no. Should this team be in a playoff spot? Hell no. Is this team going to make playoffs? Probably not. Is this team playing hockey the right way to start the year? Yes. Yes, they are. And compared to the Buffalo Sabres, which with injury prone and hit or miss, either they're scoring 6 or they're only scoring 2, and goaltending's in question, and what's going on the defense. And there's some good players on Buffalo. That Peterka is a fucking killer you have there. Don't get me wrong. Rasmus Dahlin, end up being one of the best defensemen in the league if he's not already there. Don't get me wrong. But collectively as a unit, this Washington team is doing something special to start the season. Will it get them there to end the year? I'm not 100% sure. Will it get them there to be enough to win this game against the Buffalo Sabres at home? I really think so. So I'm on the Caps minus 130 in this game. As far as over-under goes here, I'm with you guys. I don't really see a lot of goal scoring here. Both these teams traditionally aren't scoring a lot of goals this year. So yeah, I think the under 6 at at plus 100, there is some value on it. But give me the Caps at home minus 130. I love that. Okay, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We have the New York Rangers against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Game itself is in Pittsburgh here. Rangers on the money line at minus 112. The Penguins on the money line at minus 108. The over-under sitting at 6.5. Over sitting at plus 100. The under minus 120 here. All right, this is kind of an interesting matchup here. We have two metropolitan teams going at it. Rangers are good, dude. Rangers have been unreal on the road. They're 7-2-1. Penguins at home are only 4-5-0, not necessarily looking that great. But this Pittsburgh team, dude, they're greasy. I know you guys hate it. I know you don't love the Penguins. I know I'm crazy for actually liking the Penguins here. But this team's keeping up when it comes to goal scoring. You know, they're 12th in the league, averaging 3.41 per game. And as far as goals allowed go, they're not as bad as people are making them seem to be. Tristan Jarry and the Hellberg fucking tandem has been okay. They're 7th in the league, averaging 2.71 goals against per game. They're not really giving up too many shots either. You know, they're sitting at about 30.5 here. I'm sorry. I got to go with the Penguins at home here, dude. I'm strong on this team. I think that this team is going to surprise a lot of people. I'm high on the Rangers too, though. I think the Rangers are doing something special. They could go on a run as well. So gun to my head, I don't love this game, but I'm going to take the Panthers as slight home dogs at minus 108. Not the Panthers, the Penguins. My biggest play in this is the under, though, 6.5 and minus 120. Like I said, you got two teams that are in the middle of the pack when it comes to goal scoring and two teams that are doing pretty well when it comes to limiting shots on goal as well as goals in their own net. So give me the under 6.5 minus 120.
Yeah, this is a pretty good matchup here. Pretty much a pick 'em at minus 112, minus 108. And yeah, I'm probably not going to be betting this one unless there's significant line movement or some sort of goalie news or something. But yeah, I would definitely lean to the Penguins at home here. I think they are the better overall team, at least in terms of 5-on-5 numbers. They've been steadily improving, and the Rangers have been kind of just, in the bottom third there, bottom half. So yeah, Rangers, I think they have what it takes to go on a run and do something maybe in the playoffs with they have the goalie, they have the good power play, they have the Lafreniere has finally been good for them, but I don't think they're going to keep up this 12-3-1 pace here. So Penguins at home, and then, I'll agree with you on the under there. I could see a low scoring, 3-2, 4-2 type of game here.
Yeah, I'm not super down on the Penguins, as Talon might have been suggesting there. I've got them 4th in the Metro by some margin, and just not too far behind the Devils, Rangers, and Hurricanes either. So, I still like this Penguins team. And I think they'll get better over the course of the year. Erik Karlsson is firing away now again, and Jari's having a comeback or bounce back season. And I was looking at betting the Penguins in this one, but looking at their injury report, it's not good. They lost Ruhwedel, Brian Rush left practice today, and Rickard Rakell is out indefinitely for a longer term.
Who was that first guy? Sorry, who's that first guy again?
Chad Ruhwedel.
One more time, the last thing. How do you say that?
I think
that's
how you say it, right?
It is how you say it, right? What are you saying?
I don't know. It just sounds weird. It sounds weird when you say it. I don't know.
Like
I've never even heard of the fucking guy.
It's a German name. I can say it. Ruhwedel.
Ruhwedel?
Oh, I've heard of him. Okay.
Luftwaffe?
Anyway, yeah, I was looking at the Pens, but there's too many injuries there. Plus, the Rangers could be getting Philip Hedl back for this one, so that's a big deal, getting their number 2 center. They're still missing Adam Fox, of course. He'll be out for another 4 games, but yeah, I think that I like the over best of anything right now. And I was just Shesterkin out a decent game. Well, no, actually, he got lit up by the Stars. So we have a decent first half of that game until the Stars put 5 on him. So yeah, that was his first game back from little I don't know, upper body soreness or whatever that means. And yeah, going back here in this one, maybe he has a bounce back, but I don't know. I think I like the over. I like the over in Penguins games in general. So yeah, that's the way I'd play this one. Lean to the Pens, but we'll see if Brian Rust plays and if Philip Hedl plays as well.
All right, we're brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book, trusted by over 88 million players worldwide. Prop, sides, totals, live betting. Bet365 has you covered. And if you like boosts, you're going to love Bet365, like a 30% profit boost on your same game parlay. Plus, they even have an early payout offer if your team goes up by 3 goals. Sign up today and choose from 2 bonus offers, either a $1,000 no sweat bet or bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Just head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365, or use the sign up link in our show bio. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And that's it.
All right, moving down.
That was a quick one.
I was going to say, what's going on here? Why is that happening? But probably for the best. Did you see my idea in the Discord where if you have the worst take of the week?
It would just encourage more bad takes.
No, but like I said, then you got to give $50 if you win to fucking the social media assistant producer.
Yeah, maybe.
See?
We'll workshop it.
I know. Maybe they were onto something here. Okay, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We got the Chicago Blackhawks against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Game itself is in Columbus. Chicago on the money line sitting at plus 125. Columbus on the money line at minus 148. The over-unders is 6.5. Over sitting at minus 115. The under minus 105 here. Couple things I want to point out in this game here, all right? This game sucks. This game is fucking terrible. If you are watching this game, what the fuck is wrong with your life? Do you just hate everything good in the world? Are you the worst person in the world? Because if you are, chances are you are watching this game. That's how bad this game is. Also, if you tell me you're a fan and you're watching this, if you're a Blue Jackets fan, you should be fucking passed out drunk from watching your fucking Ohio State Buckeyes play the fucking Michigan Wolverines, all right? So if you're a Blue Jackets fan, you shouldn't even be awake for this game by the time 7 p.m. hits. And if you're a Blackhawks fan, well, chances are you should be in jail. But one notable thing for this here, all right? There's something that came out here. We all know Patrick Laine got fucking scratched out here. Well, my boy Patrick Laine, I will say my boy Patrick Laine had a quote. Over my career, it's probably the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me, all right? This guy's at the fucking crossroads here. This is a player with enough talent that he should be putting up 40 goals a fucking year like he did in his rookie season. This guy should be putting up 40 goals a fucking year every goddamn year. This guy should be pushing 50 every year if you had somebody to fucking play with. This whole team is in shambles. Johnny Gaudreau being benched. Laine being fucking scratched. They're sending guys down to the minors. They're hiring head coaches who are pieces of shit. Fucking asshole losers, and they don't even get to coach a fucking game. They got some Finnish bald ass motherfucker running their brigade as the GM. Everything about this team is in shambles right now. But this all comes down to my boy, one Finnish, and Patrick Laine, okay? And Patrick Laine has to decide, and this is the pivotal crossroad. Either I'm going to be a fucking player in this league, or I'm going to sit and only care about cool sunglasses, wicked suits, and bad hairlines, okay? So if this guy wants to be a fucking stud, he's going to go into this game. He's going to score 2 fucking goals, and this Columbus Blue Jacket team is going to win 4-1, and the 1 goal is going to be by Connor fucking Bedard and the Blackhawks, because that kid's absolutely unbelievable. But this is a Laine spot game. This is like the fucking, I'm sure there's been some war between Finland and Russia back in the day or something stupid going on here. This is a pivotal point for the nation of Finland. All of Finland should be watching this game. Nobody from Ohio should be watching. Finland should be watching this fucking game. And Patrick Laine is going to put this goddamn team on his back, even though he's never done anything like that in his entire career. But it's time for this kid to fucking put up or shut up here. And I want to see what he has. And I believe that this kid has it in him. So give me the Jackets. Minus 148 on the money line. Give me the fucking under, because both these teams fucking suck.
All right, I agree with pretty much most of that there. I think this is an awful game. You should not be watching it. I don't really think you should necessarily be betting it. Blue Jackets, I think, are the better team. They have lost 9 in a row, but they've had some close calls there against some good teams. So, yeah, Jackets at home, minus 148, probably a bit too steep for me to get to. Maybe a puck line plus 164, because I do think they'll win by margin. But I do like that Bedard goal play as well.
I did hear rumors that he might be benched again. So
there's no way. There's no way
about this being a finished game.
There's no fucking way they scratch him again, bro.
Yeah, hopefully
no
not.
way.
Hopefully not. Yeah, there was a pivotal war between the Finns and the Russians right before the Russians and the Germans went to war with each other. If you know the Winter War, where that sniper
Vasily.
Yes, there you go. I knew.
Yeah, I know that motherfucker.
Oh wait, no. You're thinking of the Russian. I'm thinking of the Finnish guy in the Finnish Winter War with the Russians. He was elite too. Anyway,
Unka Lunka.
yeah. Oh no, Patrick Laine is great grandfather.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Unka Laine.
Stick shot from. So yeah, they're in trouble there at Columbus. I do have them as a much better team. It's hard to back them right now. It's the Blackhawks are shit, but the Blue Jackets are they can't be this big of a favorite, so I'm not touching that. Lean to the under. In fact, I know that's dangerous with the two bad goalies and shitty games. These ones tend to go wild, but that's the only way I'd lean in this one. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, Damon Severson also. He's probably second best defender. Werenski sucks this year anyway, so he might be the best defender.
That's wild.
Yeah, Severson's
so good, though.
He's out for like 6 to 8 weeks with an oblique injury, so that's another crushing blow to this stumbling, bumbling Blue Jackets team. I think they lost 10 in a row now, something crazy like that. It's not good there in Ohio. Hopefully, they beat the Wolverines though and restore their spirits with the game in the big house. But yeah, I got nothing on this one.
And we've seen Blue Jackets versus, Native Americans before. This is something I'm sure Ryan knows a lot about. Learned a lot about it. And we know how that originally turned out. So if you're looking for a little extra something, bet the Jackets. All right, moving to the 7:30 p.m. time slot here. We got the Philadelphia Flyers against the New York Islanders, baby. The game itself is in the island in New York. Philadelphia, the money line at plus 124. The Islanders are the money line at minus 148. The over-unders at 6. Over sitting at minus 108. The under minus 112. Mr. Gilbert, what's up with your Flyers here? On a little bit of a heater, I see. What's going on?
Yeah, we're red hot right now. 5 in a row. Now going on the road to the Islanders, who just broke a 8-game losing streak or 7-game losing streak or something like that with a shootout win. I still don't necessarily believe in this Islanders team. 6-5, so 6 wins and 11 losses this year. Flyers are 10-7-1. Flyers are 5-3-1 on the road. They have no problem winning on the road or at home. So yeah, all over the Flyers here at plus 124. Better team in terms of expected goals, 4% as well, with them in the top 10. Islanders, more in the middle of the pack there. So yeah, as long as it should be Carter Hart, I would imagine. Definitely like the Flyers here then. And probably no play on the total, but I would lean to the under. Could see an overtime game here as well if you want to sprinkle on that.
Right, yeah, I like the under. Assuming it's Carter Hart, and Sorokin hasn't had the best year, but he's still Sorokin, and Varlamov has been he's won a few games by himself single-handedly this season for the Islanders. And yeah, coming back home here, it's the Dave Linsky special again. My line is only minus 103 for the Isles, so give me the Flyers plus 124. Love this bet as well. Ryan said it all. Basically, just much more, not the much better team, but a slightly better team. And coming back home, that's not a great home ice advantage. Not a great situation for the Isles. So Flyers.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. I got to take Philly in this game as road dogs. This team, like we said, we have a 5-game winning streak coming into this. They've been fine on the road, 5-3-1, nothing to write home about. But New York hasn't been great at home, dude. 3-3-3. And just as far as you looked at it, like we always say, this New York team is boring. They're not scoring goals. They can't. They're averaging 2.53 per game, 29th in the league. Goaltending-wise, it's been fine. You guys talked about it. Like Varlamov's been a nice blast from the past, although we always knew he was one of the top backups in the league, and they got a great tandem there. But the Flyers, dude, they're turning some heads there. They're surprising. Do I think it's sustainable as much as you guys do? Maybe not in the long run, but I do think it's good enough to take the win in this game. So give me Philly at plus 124 as far as over-under goes here. It's a little bit of toughie, man. Like, Philly's fine when it comes to scoring goals. They're right in the middle of the pack here, but the Islanders definitely are not. Both goalies have been okay, so I guess gun to my head, I'd lean towards the under 6 at minus 112. But yeah, I don't love it. So give me the under and then give me the Flyers at plus 124. Okay, moving down to the 9 p.m. time slot here. We got the St. Louis Blues against the Arizona State University Coyotes. Game itself is in the shadow round, baby, at Arizona State University. St. Louis on the money line at plus 105. Arizona State University Coyotes on the money line at minus 125. The over-unders at 6. Over sitting at minus 120. The under at plus 100 here. I'll be straight. I'm just going to keep this nice and quick here. I fucking love the Coyotes in this game. I know we just saw this game like a couple of weeks ago, and I think the Blues won it. I think it was like a 2-1 final or some shit like that. But this Arizona team has kind of been turning some heads a little bit. It's similar to what I said with Philly, like a last segment here. I think they're better off than maybe a lot of people are giving them credit for. The one flaw I have with this team is they're not really generating a lot of shots. They're averaging under 30 per game at 27.5 here. But I do think that they are the better team than the St. Louis Blues here. So much that I like this Arizona team a lot. So I'll take them at minus 125 here. And as far as over-under goes in this game, I don't really love either play, but I mean, we saw this game, like I said, 2 weeks ago as a 2-1 final. Give me the under 6 at plus 100.
Yeah, the Yotes, they've already split the season zero. Well, they went 1-1 so far, both in St. Louis. They did win 6-2 earlier in the year in October there. So, yeah, we've seen this game 2 times before, but now it is in the shadow realm where the Coyotes play a lot better, and the Blues are not themselves away from home. They're 6-2 at home, only 3-5-1 on the road here. So, yeah, I'm all over the Coyotes at minus 125. The Blues, we saw them go into San Jose and just look horrible. Another 5-1 loss against the Kings as well. Did bounce back in Anaheim there, but I think Coyotes at home here are going to be able to get back on track at minus 125. And yeah, for the total, no real strong feeling. Possibly just a lean to the under because I don't think St. Louis can score too much.
The Blues are kind of the Capitals of the West in terms of their underlying numbers not matching up their results. Both are in playoff positions, but won't be forever, I don't think. And the Coyotes are, they're a solid team. They're actually top 10 expected goals for, and then the Blues are bottom 5 expected goals against. So that means that we're going to see some goals here by the Coyotes, who are licking their wounds a little bit. I think 3 straight losses, not good for them. But they'll have a nice rebound spot here and see more of that 6-2 final. So I like the Coyotes money line, and I like the over 6 at minus 120. I think that this should be a 6.5. I know the Blues don't have the best offense, and they do have trouble scoring sometimes, but the Coyotes, they play a more offensive style that'll give them some opportunities at least. And Vemelka hasn't been great. Connor Ingram actually has been the better goalie. So we will see who starts, but I don't care either way. I like the over 6. And yeah, same thing for the Blues. Hofer hasn't been as good as Bennington, but yeah, he's about an average, playing like an average goalie. So I think the 6 is just fine the way that teams are playing, especially with the way that Coyotes play. So, and Shadow Realm, of course, too. The goalies won't be picking up those pucks fired from the point when they're in the darkness. So give me the Coyotes and then the over 6.
Boys, we are invested in the Coyotes officially, right? Like, this team is making the fucking playoffs here. Let's go, Arizona State University fucking Coyotes. We're rolling back the clock here. I love it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Are you in on that too?
Well, I got a million bets on Andre Trigny at 40 and 50 to 1. So
okay.
If it makes the playoffs up, those bets are alive.
Hell yeah, 100%. That's all I needed to hear. I need a partner. All right, moving on to 9 p.m. time slot here. We got the Calgary Flames against the Nashville Predators. Game itself is in Smashville here. Calgary on the money line sitting at minus 112. The Predators on the money line at minus 108. Over under sitting at 6. Over paying off minus 115. The under minus 105. This game itself, it's like these teams are equally bad across the board, essentially. Both teams are absolutely fucking terrible. Flames have gotten a little bit better compared to how they started the year. And maybe the Preds have gotten a little bit worse compared to how they started the year, although they are going into this game on a 2-game winning streak. It's ugly hockey watching these two teams play. So I don't know. At this point, when it's such a wash like this, like, yeah, we'll say, oh, pass, but I don't hate it enough to pass. Give me the home team, man. Give me the Preds at home. They're 5-4 at home in the year. The Flames are 4-5-2 on the road. It's nothing necessarily great either way, but I guess gun to my head, I would take the Preds. As far as over-under goes here, this is my pass. Technically 2 decent goalies with Markstrom and Saros going at it here, but I don't know if it's enough to jump off the page at me.
Yeah, I don't like this game either. I mean, you got 2 teams with goalies that are been underperforming. Saros especially, 8.92 save percentage is just putrid down there. But yeah, I mean, the Flames look like they may have found something, but 1-3 of the past 4 now, points in 4 straight. Maybe that's something they can build off of here. But Nashville, a big comeback win against Colorado, beat Chicago before that. I don't know. I'm completely torn here. I have to pass just totally on this game.
Of course, the Flames started winning right after I stopped betting them, right? That's what's happening here. They just needed me to get off their ass for them to start performing. But I have them as a very slight favorite here. Once again, minus 102. And I lean to the Flames, but I can't pull the trigger right now. The Predators won 3 in a row there, and they're getting a bit better performances out of their goalies. Yeah, this is a pass game for me. I mean, the under 6 is the only way I would look right now. I think that actually this is a tie, and this game is definitely ending like 2-2. Don't you think?
That's
I mean, of
good
course.
play. I like that.
Yeah.
Sunday's best?
Plus 330. That's basically the same as most games, so that's fine. That's the only way I would look in this one. Like exact score 2-2, 1-1. I know Talon and Ryan, you guys been killing that kind of thing lately with your dreams.
I think 2-2 or 3-2 could be good for that.
I bet the tie. I got the score wrong. I just dreamt about the tie. That's all.
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving Eve. Everyone's going to be tying one on. We got a tie game.
I like that. Right. I like that a lot.
But I did
cocky or whatever we said.
I'll screw you. That was good. That was clever.
I like the turkey. You're right.
Yeah. One more thing. I did bet the Flames to miss the playoffs, though. I mean, minus 160. And I think that they're going to be offloading some guys soon. I don't think they're signing those Hanifin,
I like that.
Zadorov, and Lindholm even. So, yeah, I took a shot there. Plus, the Canucks making it. Oilers, no, I'm probably not making it, but they have a chance to get past them. Kraken are having some problems, but yeah, I think I said before that 5 Pacific teams might make the playoffs. I think I'm down to like 3, unless the Oilers go on a run. It's the West is looking kind of bad, like after the top teams. But anyway, the Flames they're also gonna have a really tough schedule from now to Christmas. If you look at the games they're playing, this road trip too, they're playing some tough fucking teams. So I think that they're gonna spiral out of control pretty quickly here.
All right. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. NFL, NBA, NHL, college basketball, and college football. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. Watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit of up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. And win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every bet with historical stats and data. You can enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bets' revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
Okay, moving down to the 9:30 p.m. time slot here. We got the Vegas Golden Knights against the Dallas Stars. Game itself is in Dallas here. Vegas on the money line at plus 114. Dallas on the money line at minus 135. The over-unders at 6. Over sit at minus 105. The under minus 115. Boys, we got number 1 team in the Pacific going against the number 1 team in the Central here. Records are close to identical. A little bit off. Vegas is up a little bit when it comes to points, but they have also played 2 more games here. This is going to be a great game. I'm hoping so. How do you play it? The Knights haven't looked as great the past 2 games. Currently on a 2-game losing streak heading into this with losses to Pittsburgh and I believe Philadelphia was the other team. And then Dallas Stars, they've been making meat. What is it? Minced meat out of their opponents lately. Is that an old thing to say? Making minced meat out of their opponents?
Minced meat.
Minced meat?
You mince the meat.
You mince the meat. That's what they're doing. Right?
Grind it up. Yeah.
You fucking mince that shit. Well, that's what the Stars have been doing. You know what, though? you can't mince armor, baby. And a lot of people are going to be on Dallas here, and I can't blame you for doing it. But these are my Vegas fucking Golden Knights. Just a Vegas team that has obviously been better on the home than they have been at road. But you could say that this is a better Dallas team that's been better on the road than they have been at home. So what do you do in this game here? Anytime you're going to give me the fucking Vegas Golden Knights as dogs in this entire year, I'm going to be on them. So give me the Knights plus 114 here. Let's look for some goals here, man. You know, this Vegas team hasn't really teed it off when it comes to goals. But what they have been great at is stopping goals from going in. Obviously, the defense on this team we talked about many of time over the past 2 years have been absolutely elite. Goaltending, a little bit to be desired. I think it's safe to say you give the edge to the Stars here when it comes to Ottinger versus Hill. I saw somebody saying they should get Aiden Hill if Team Canada does that thing going on with the World Tournament. I hate that, but hey, it is what it is. That's neither here. That's a conversation for another day. But yeah, fuck it. Give me the Knights here, yo. The Knights show up against good teams. I will say that. Against great teams. They beat Dallas before in the season. They trimmed up Colorado a couple times. Give me the Knights.
A couple times.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like
it was enough.
It felt like a couple times.
So they scored 7-0. It might as well have been like 3 games. So
yeah, this should be a great matchup out in the West. Could be a Western Conference Final preview, but I think I gotta go with Dallas here. Looking at Vegas's recent form, you mentioned the back-to-back losses. They had to come back to beat Montreal in the game before that. Lost to Washington, beat San Jose, but then before that, lost to the Kings and the Ducks. So only 2 wins in their past 7 games there, and against some bad teams there. They were losing to. Lost to or teams worse than the Stars, at least. The Penguins, Flyers, Caps are all worse than the Stars. So Stars at home, big game on Saturday or on bounce back against the Rangers there on Monday night, 6-3 after losing 6-3. So I think, as long as it's Ottinger, Wedgwood's played well as well, but yeah, probably with either goalie. I do like the Stars here. I'm not sure if I can quite get to minus 135, so haven't bet it yet, but I would be looking that way. And for a total, yeah, look to the under here. There should be a good goaltender battle between potentially 2 Vezina Trophy finalists.
Not much to add there.
Whoa. Aiden Hill, Vezina Trophy?
Potentially.
Get that fucking garbage out of here.
What do you have against Aiden Hill?
I think Aiden Hill is the definition of mid. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm just saying.
He's pretty good. Yeah. I don't have much to add. Stars are currently my number 1 team in the West, and I lean that way. I think they win the game, but minus 135 is just a little bit too high. My number is minus 127. Like the under for a total, I guess, with 2 great goalies in that, including Aiden Hill, of course, and Ottinger, the future Vezina winner, possibly, at least a finalist. So yeah, lean to the under, lean to the Stars, but not at this price here at minus 135.
If Aiden Hill wins the Vezina, I will go like streaking down my street. Okay.
I will too, because I got 125.
Yeah, we'll join you too.
Only thing is, I'll be doing it with a frown. You guys will be fucking grinning from ear to ear. All right, moving down the 10 p.m. time slot here. We got the Vancouver Canucks against the Colorado Avalanche. We need an alarm here. This game might as well be called the annual Joel Meyer special going on right here. Game itself is in Colorado. We have the Vancouver Canucks on the money line at plus 145. Colorado on the money line at minus 175. The over-under is 6.5. Over sitting at minus 125. The under at plus 105. Now, who better to talk when it comes to the Joel Meyer? What do they call those winter class? It should be the Joel Meyer Classic. That's what we're calling it.
It's the Joel Bowl.
The Joel Bowl. Yeah, that's better. I like that. 100%. Good job, Ryan. That's a great name. Who's better to talk about the Joel Bowl than Mr. Joel Meyer? Jolie, what's up here in the Joel Bowl?
Can both teams win this game somehow? Both teams get 2 points somehow?
I don't know.
I definitely hope for at least a 3-pointer in this one. That's for sure. Avalanche need it. Canucks need it. But yeah, for this one, I mean, the market realizes that the Canucks aren't exactly, they're what, a couple points behind the Knights in the Pacific, but it's a bit fraudulent. They'll come down to earth a little bit, but the Avalanche have been so inconsistent. Like they look awesome one game and then they just take the other game off and lose it 7-0, or they lose right at the death because they're I don't know, hold their cocks in hand and not paying attention. So yeah, it is. I don't have a bet here really in terms of the side, but I do like goals. I think we'll see some goals in this one, even with Thatcher Demko in net. I mean, Georgiev had such a great start to the year, but then he had one game off because this guy loves to play, right? Every freaking game. He had one game off to Prosvetov.
Russians.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, this guy had a good game, the backup, and then ever since then, Georgiev has been shit. So that's a bit of a concern. I don't know. He just needs to get in his groove again. But for now, I think that the play is over in these Avs games. I mean, they're playing some decent defense, but it doesn't matter if you're letting shots in all the time. So yeah, I like the over 6.5 here with the Canucks offense. Their power play is one of the best in the league. Yeah, so for a bet in this one, I would just take the over.
Yeah, I like the over here. I could get the goals in the Joel Bowl over 6.5 minus 125. Yeah, I view kind of this line similar to the last game. I think the Avs are definitely the better team. I think they are going to win it, but I can't quite get up to minus 175 just because, as Joel pointed out, they are very inconsistent. Burned me on Monday night there in Nashville in the final minute, losing the lead and then losing the game in regulation. So I if I had to take a side, it would be the Avs, maybe in the puck line plus 140. See if they can get a win by margin here. Vancouver has been up and down recently, kind of struggled against San Jose there, only won 3-1, was scoreless for a while, I believe. So you got to lean to the Avs here. But yeah, the over 6.5 minus 125 would be the better bet.
I don't know how I feel about this game. Like, you guys brought up some great points, don't get me wrong. And then there's a side where, like, Colorado's been great at home. They're 5-2-0, and the Canucks haven't been great on the road, only 6-4-0. But my problem is in net here, bro. Like, Alexander Georgiev, I love him. I think he's an absolute superstar. But this year, this guy's a lawnmower, okay? Alexander Georgiev is a lawnmower. And you know what you got to do sometimes when your lawnmower's crapping out? You got to prime it, right? You got to fucking prime that thing. You're pressing the button. You're getting the gas rolling. And then you go to start it, and it's not starting. So you just got to keep priming it and priming it. And I don't think we're done priming the lawnmower that is Alexander Georgiev yet. Will this guy get his game together before the end of the year? Yes, I think he will. Is his game in the place right now to stop an elite offense that's been firing on all cylinders like the Vancouver Canucks? I'm sorry, I don't. I really don't. This Canucks team is first on the league for goals for. The shooting percentage obviously is through the fucking roof and not nearly sustainable, almost sitting at 14%. But this team is still finding ways to score goals, even though they're not generating a lot of shots here. Yes, they've been hot or cold lately compared to how they started the season. But, dude, this fucking Quinn Byfield, or not Byfield, fucking Quinn Hughes. I was looking at Byfield today, I'm sorry. This fucking Quinn Hughes leading the league in points as a defenseman. Patterson's been fucking dynamite. Nobody's talking about his contract coming up, but that's a whole other story. But fucking, this team is unbelievable, dude. So I'm sorry. I hate to do this, Julie. I got to go with the Canucks in this game here. I think the Colorado Avalanche will be the better team potentially by the end of the year, but I'm just not seeing it right now when it comes to a goaltending point of view. And then Thatcher Demko is just fucking killer in between the pipes, dude. So give me the Canucks on the money line at plus 145. And yeah, I'm with you guys here. Lawnmower overs. Fucking mowing that lawn, baby. Mowing that fucking lawn. Call me Hank. This is a Hank Hill game we got going on here. All right. Give me the over 6.5 minus 125.
Joel, did you add any Makar Norris after his 3-point game?
Yeah, for like the last week, I've just been betting both Hughes and Makar because it's one or the other is going to win. Yeah. So I'm just going to cash either way. And then, yeah, nobody's catching the Hughes except for possibly Makar. Yeah, one more thing. Speaking of Quinn Hughes, like the Canucks really need him because when he's not on the ice, they're like mid. But when he's on the ice, they have a chance 5-on-5. And on the power play, of course, they just dominate. JT Miller's having an awesome year under the new coach. A lot friendlier with him than he was under good old Bruce Boudreau. So yeah, I was going to say something else, but carry on.
All right, here. Moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot. Oh, fuck. We got the San Jose Sharks against the Seattle Kraken. Game itself is in Seattle here. San Jose on the money line at plus 240. Seattle on the money line at minus 298. Massive home favorites here for Seattle. Seattle on the puck line, if you're interested, minus 105 at minus 1.5. The over-under sitting at 6. Over paying off minus 118. The under minus 102. I hate this fucking game here. I don't fucking know. The Sharks haven't won a game on the road this year. They're 0-8-0. I don't know. Like, it's even worth bothering up the stats here. The Sharks suck. Seattle's shit too, but I mean, they're better than the Sharks. So what do you do? How do you find value? I'm just taking the under in this game at -102. I know it's at 6 here. I don't see a lot of scoring. Seattle's fucking 28th in the league when it comes to scoring, averaging 2.65. The Sharks are last, averaging 1.5. Neither team can stop a puck either, so take that with a grain of salt. Boring hockey, boring games. Bet the under. I feel like sometimes you'd be like, yeah, two shit teams, over game. It's just going to be a barn burner. Well, these two teams aren't good enough to be a fucking barn burner. So my biggest play here is the under, and then maybe like whatever the team total is for each team, bet the under, and just parlay it all together. The under, team total unders, fucking throw a couple goal scorers in there, bet their under goals, and fucking we got an Undertaker game here. Bong. Just fade them both any way you can.
Yeah, I hate this game. I've come to hate most Sharks games, at least betting wise. Got to figure out if the Sharks are going to show up. You got to figure out if the team against them are going to take the Sharks seriously enough to make it a blowout here. I was going to look at Sharks team total under 1.5 because they haven't scored more than one goal in a game on the road. But Seattle's given up 2 goals or more in every game this season. They haven't had one shutout or one game with just one goal. So maybe an over 6 -119. Seattle's had 4 straight 4-3 games, including 3 go to overtime. Maybe you see the Sharks force overtime here a little bit. But when it comes down to it, people are basically going to be like, okay, Kraken puck line -105, probably the best look. But Seattle does not pull away from teams. They don't usually win by margin here. But so this probably a pass game for me.
Yeah, I don't have much on this either. I would bet the puck line, but Ryan already covered that. They make every game tight, win or lose. And yeah, it's the Sharks are playing a little bit more competitive than they were when they got blown out 20-3 or whatever it was, and then the games against the Penguins and the Canucks. Ever since the GM talk bounce happened, they've been a little bit more inspired. The only thing I would bet here is maybe like, I don't know, like the shots on goal props. This is a good one with the Sharks giving up almost 38 shots against per game. That's by far the worst in the league. Kraken are only average in terms of shots on goal, but I don't know. That's an angle you can go and see if you can get some cheap 2.5s, 3.5s, or whatever on some of the guys. Problem is the Kraken don't really have 1 or 2 standout guys you could target. So you'll have to, I don't know, diversify your portfolio in terms of your shots on goal props.
Boys, where do Sharks live?
Under the sea.
Where do Kraken live?
Under the sea.
How are we betting this game?
Under
the sea. Under the number. Exactly. Always possible. So there you fucking go. Final game on the docket. These last 2 games stink. Although, truth be told, this time slot, you should be just watching Vancouver and Colorado anyways. Anyways, you got the Montreal Canadiens and the Anaheim Ducks at 10 p.m. here. Game itself is at the Quack Palace, baby. Montreal on the money line sitting at +105. The Ducks on the money line at -125. The over-under is 6.5. Over sitting at -118. The under -102. I am sick of talking and hearing about the goddamn fucking Montreal Canadiens from my goddamn Italian buddy at work, fucking Dominator. I'm so if I have the word Montreal or Hab in my fucking brain, yeah, all you Alouette fans can go suck me off too. Go fuck yourselves. Ducks, 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 quack, Ducks, quack, 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 Ducks, quack, 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 quack. Give me the fucking Ducks in this game. All over. I hate the Habs. Fuck Montreal. Fuck everything to ever do with Montreal. I hate everything there. The food scene is overrated. Not as good as people think it is. Fuck you. Fuck Montreal. Fuck your history. Fuck your tenure. Fuck your toilet bowl on your jersey. Fuck your GM. Fuck your coach. Fuck your goalie. Fuck your fans. Fuck your singer, your anthem singer. They fucking stink. Your building, trash. Everything sucks. Fuck you. I hope that you all get fucked and that you fucking do something bad and that you stink. So give me the Ducks. Give me the fucking under.
I'm gonna be quacking here. Ducks at home -125, 4-6 at home. But more importantly, the Canadians are 2-3-2 on the road, 2 wins, 5 losses there. So that's not very good. They lost 4 in a row overall. Ducks have lost 3 in a row, since losing Trevor Zegras for a bit. But I think they have what it takes here to take down the Habs at home. So give me the Ducks -125. Yeah, I'll take the under here as well. Under 6.5, -102.
I don't think Zegers has anything to do with it. He's been shit this year. But yeah, the Ducks are not playing as well as they did in the beginning, and then they're not getting that luck with those crazy comebacks in the third period. And the same kind of story with the Habs. They after their hot start, they've been slowing down. You mentioned the records there. But yeah, I think that the Ducks are the more complete team. I've been more impressed by their body of work so far. The Habs have been, I don't know, I guess the luckier of the two luck teams. And Duck rhymes with luck, so go figure. So yeah,
something else that rhymes with.
Oh, you said it like 50 times in about 20 seconds. Yeah, Ducks, man. I'm tired of talking too. So let's get the show over and done with.
You ever seen a duck fuck a frog? Is that bad? Can I say that, or is that bad?
I don't know.
You said worse.
Okay. All right. Consensus plays. What do we got here, Gilbert?
I was going to ask what happens.
Consensus plays here. Devils -162 and the over 6.5 -135. We all leaned to the Jets Lightning over 6.5 -120. Power play goal in that game. We're all on that. Great point by Talon. Buffalo, Washington under 6 +100. Flyers +124, Coyotes -125, Canucks, Avs over 6.5 -125, and the Ducks -125.
All right, here. We're going to move into our lock dogs and totals. This has been a bit of a shit show across the board here. Joel's been doing some work lately, but I think as a show collectively, we're fucking abysmal, and we will be better here. Joel's in first place. He's 15, 17, and 1 in the year. He's down 0.76 units. I'm 15 and 18, down 5 units. Ryan is 10 and 23, down 17.87 units. That little Crosby number at the end has to be a kick in the pills, no?
No, it's the 17 that's the kick in the pill, not the 0.87.
Okay, well, fair. That's just insult to injury, I guess. All right, Jolie, kick us off here, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go with the Dave Belinsky special. We're going with the Devils team total over 3.5 -134. The lock. I've had some luck with these totals for locks, so we're keeping that rolling. Though you could do like the Devils in regulation are around even money. I think the money line is fine too, I guess. But although it's just been bet up so much. Dog Sabres money line +110 against the fraudulent Capitals. Those stupid fake politicians there in Washington, D.C. And the total, we're going with the Blues Coyotes over 6 at -120.
All right. For me here, my lock is the Carolina Hurricanes -142 at home against the Edmonton Oilers. Carolina, just a much better team. Sound defensively, sound overall. Better at home. Oilers suck on the road. My dog are my Flyers, my Fly Guys, +124 at the New York Islanders. They haven't won up there on Long Island in a while, so hopefully they can buck the trend this week. Hopefully, possibly this weekend. They play on Saturday as well. And then the total is Devils, Red Wings over 6.5 -135. This should be an over game. Most Devils games are.
Okay. I got to preface this lock here. Okay. When I was in grade 10, it was 2010 here. I had a good buddy of mine lived down the street. He was Polish. He was growing opium. And so we were smoking a lot of opium back in the day. And me and my other buddy, we'd play ping pong, but we'd play games up to like 120. Like we'd just play ping pong for fucking hours, bro. It was awesome. But I'd be in my own head. I'd be like pretending I was an announcer, being like, "Oh, here comes Jenkins up to serve. Oh, what a fucking!" I always had a British accent when I was thinking it, right? Oh, what a spit on that and shit. I was in my own head, and because I was in my own head, getting all pumped up, I was doing fucking work. Maybe it was the drugs, but I got fucking sick at ping pong. And I'll tell you what, the Boston Bruins, when it comes to this Florida Panthers team, are officially in their own head in a fucking good way. We saw them play each other at the beginning of the year in October. Boston got the win 3-2. Close game, but I'll tell you what, after what we saw in the playoffs last year from this Bruins team will win every fucking game against Florida for the rest of the goddamn year, potentially even into next year, because it means shit, and this Bruins team lives like that. They fucking have mindset. I don't care what's going on off the ice. There's some stuff buzzing around here. Doesn't matter. We're talking hockey. This team wins hockey games. Give me the Bruins on the money line versus Florida -115. For my dog, Arizona State University Coyotes in regulation against the St. Louis Blues at +110. Arizona has 8 wins on the year. I believe 6 out of the 8 of them are in regulation here. I believe they can get it done and just beat the shit out of St. Louis, especially at home. in the shadow realm. And then for my total, I'm going the New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins, under 6.5 at -120. We got some good, I don't know if I want to say good defensive teams, but good goaltending teams coming at it here. Fucking Jari's been surprisingly fine. And then we all know that Shesterkin's an absolute dog here. And as far as teams go, the Rangers are 3rd in the league for goals against, and the Penguins are 7th. So I don't assume we're going to see a lot of goals here. So give me the under in that game, 6.5 -120. Okay. Anything else you want to add here, gentlemen?
No, sir.
No, 14 games. That's been a hell of a slate. Ryan's got gravy all over his face and shit from the turkey. But that's all right. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports, baby. Obviously, we got football, we got hockey, which has been absolutely fucking sick. We got college football. There's NBA going on. I think there's always MMA shit going on, which is awesome too. So hell yeah, you can find all that information on the SGPN website. Be sure to go there. Be sure to check out the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. He's pumping out fucking weekly. That's awesome. Hell yeah, he's doing a killer job with it. So if it's getting to the point of the season where it's like, yo, you want to start getting good. So read those articles. Check out all the other shows as well. Everyone's killing it. Shout out to our boys, the MMA podcast. Hell yeah. And shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, man. Discord's having a good time. We joke, we have fun. Everyone's good. Shout out my boy Archer. We had a good conversation this morning talking about some good stuff and drafts and all that stuff. So we have fun. We poke fun. He's not always sucking dick. We're just saying he's having a good time. So shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the social media assistant producer on Twitter. He's absolutely killing it too. And he's a fucking beauty. So we'll point you in the right direction. Or what you can do, you can just climb up a fucking pyramid of gold. And you know what's going to be at the top of that pyramid of gold, baby? It's going to be our boy Joel Meyer. And Joel's not going to be there alone. Ryan and I are going to be there with him too. But you know what? The reason all three of us are going to be up there is because we're all going 3-0 in our lock dogs and totals. It's time for this fucking show to get its goddamn shit together. I got a Christmas tree behind me here. I should have plugged it in. We haven't put the ornaments on, but the lights look good. And that's how we fucking roll here. We're going 3-0, all of us, 9-0 on the total. We're going to be fucking some shit up. The books will fear the Hockey Gambling Podcast, and they will fear us all. So when you scale that fucking pyramid, clawing up to the top, fingers bleeding, sweat going off the top of your fucking forehead, your balls are itchy because you can't scratch them because you're holding on for dear life, it'll all be worth it when you go to the top of it and you say, hey, Joel, how do I get into the Discord? And he'll give you the fucking answer because that's the kind of guy he is. Let's go, baby.
And go take a shower because you stink and are covered with blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Toss us a like and a thumbs up, whatever you do on YouTube now. Also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review, and turn on auto downloads. You get the episodes in your feed as soon as they're published.
Of course. All right, everybody. My name is Tyler Jenkins. You can find me on Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94.
I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. And you might find me on my knees, Quinn Hughes, if he wins the fucking Norris in the heart and talking for Jack Adams.
Hell yeah. Love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Happy American Thanksgiving. I imagine, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but happy American Thanksgiving to all of our pals. Hell yeah. Thanks for hanging out. And friends and pals. You're right. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.